should have never been killed off on EastEnders. It's an EastEnders video, so we're going to be going through characters who should never have died. I'm Ash, I'm joined by Piggy.
See, we run into a little problem here, because, like, I'll just give an example. We might not want Barry killed off, but fucking Jeffy down the road might want Barry killed off. So, it does depend on who's typing this. Does that make sense?
I mean, because if our favourite man's in there saying fat boy, I'm gonna have a fucking meltdown. That's all I'm saying. Fat boy! Not again.
But you know what I mean? Because like you run into the problem
we all have
of
different favourite characters.
Yeah.
My favourite Coronation Street character is Kirsty Soames. She was a fucking domestic abuser. Nobody's favourite character. My favourite EastEnders storylines is Stalker Sarah Cairns. Like, we all have different tastes, but it's a Reddit thread, so we're gonna get a lot of other people's opinions. But as a whole, Piggy, if you had to get one name off the top of your head, who should have never been killed off?
See, does this include people who were killed off and then brought back and then killed off again? So, like, can I say Dan Watts is original death? He should have never been killed off.
I mean, I guess, but it was retcon, so...
It was retcon, but he should have...
I guess it would have to count if you were just saying his second death.
Nah, I would have kept Dan Watts on the show for another 5 years, personally. But I understand, again, it's just ironic to me that BBC's like, yeah, you can murder a fella, but you stick your finger in the mouth. Fucking... Sorry, mate. Sorry. But I would have loved to see a more darker side to Dan Watts. Like, basically an example of recency bias, I know. Nish. Basically, where he does become kind of like Nish, where he becomes unhinged, he's older, he's shagging everyone, he's fucking digging holes, taking souls, like that's what he's doing. But obviously, I know they killed him off. But again, if you want a silly answer, Willie the Pug should have never killed off Willie.
Yeah,
the oldest pug on the square.
I have two I immediately kind of still mourn to this day, and one is obviously Abby Branning, who was...
I agree with that one.
The better Branning sister. I don't know, it felt like in that time where they got killed off, also Ronnie and Roxy got killed off. So it felt like, I don't know, it felt like one of the producers just like, nobody's bigger than this show but me. And then it's like, Ronnie and Roxy, bosh. Abby Branning, bosh. It's like, what are you doing, lads? And the other one I would have kept just because it would have been great to see him like turn up every couple of years. Kind of like Nick Cotton as well, like maybe that. But I don't know, you can't really have it without Dot. But I genuinely have Derek Branning just because he's such a bellend. He's such a massive piece of shit. But just having him try to set up again and again each fucking time, like, oh, great.
Obviously, me and Ash watched Christmas 2012. And I didn't really know much of Derek Branning, but the minute I saw him, I went, he's the death, isn't he? And Ash went, yeah.
Yeah.
And I fucking fell in love with Derek Branning. He looks like the Go Compare guy for some reason. Like he's going to start going, Go Compare. Like for some reason.
It was quite like, I don't know, in that time period, just a lot of the characters were brought in for like a year and then they were done. And it's like, lads, like you could have done so much more with him.
You could have had him survive the heart attack and fuck off. And then appear once in a while like Peggy's sister, and it just causes havoc. And
Derek, fuck off now, please.
And Derek's like, no. And then constantly he's trying to win back his family, but every single time, so like say Max is having another wedding, he's trying to win back Max and Jack, and then they're like, no, Derek, fuck off, and he's like, come on, I just want to be family, fuck off. Please, fuck off. Fuck off, please.
I
agree with that.
Yeah, it's kind of like a sad thing that it didn't happen, but ultimately, I think because of him not being there for such a long time, you can look back on his like time on the square and just be like, for only being there a year, he fucked shit up is great. But I also just love those types of characters as well. It's like Lou Beale should probably have never been killed off. Obviously, the actress went, maybe not. But even she's kind of went like, Fuck me, I would have stayed. Why did I leave? I could have stayed on there for years. Who else off the top of my head would I love to have not have been
Pete
killed
Bill.
off? I would. Nah, Pete Bill deserved it. Oh, Pat as well. Pat fucking Butcher. She's still alive now. She's still living fucking great. She really didn't have to die 10 years ago. I imagine we got 10, 15 more years of Pat on the fucking show. Like, oh, it's gold.
It would be interesting how then the Peggy storyline would have went if Pat had lived. But
Just would have been there, wouldn't she? She would have been there the whole time.
But
they could have done that in person.
Oh, imagine doing that in front of Pat. Pat's just sat there like, oh no.
Yeah. And obviously all the favourites, Ronnie and Roxy, of course. Like, can't fucking. Probably Danielle, Ronnie's kid, who just, she's my kid. Oh, dead. Oh, fucking hell. Just another like person in the fucking stabbing Ronnie in the fucking ribs again. Like, no. You have to be miserable. Why? That's just you, isn't it? It's sound.
Yeah, I do agree. We'll obviously get into the list in a second, but again, everyone's going to have a different opinion. We might go, Pat Butcher's going to be there till like 2035. And someone comes like, no, Pat Butcher slowly losing her mind, fucking deserved to die. I'm like, whoa, mate, whoa. But yeah, let's get into it.
You see it into it's just Reddit comments. I'm not glamorizing it. It's just Reddit opinion. And we do love Reddit opinion. Yeah, actually, no, it's a list. Everybody loves the list. It's a big definitive list of who should never have been killed. Everything's a list. Number 99 is Kush.
Number 10.
Kush was a waste of a really good character. They could have left him an open ending so he could have come back in future. However, what we got was a senseless kill that none of the characters even grieved over. Very true. Kush was like a cheeky chappy but good heart, very typical East End character. Yeah, no, I won't lie. He probably didn't deserve to be killed. He was obviously killed in the Grey serial killer storyline, which I think everybody looks back on just like, fucking hell, lads. Obviously, it was Piggy's favourite storyline ever, as you can tell. Got the hood and everything.
Obviously, if we're going to, if we want to kind of do it like how we were doing the Leo Burton Christmas theory, where we riff off each other about these characters on the repeat, I will say, yeah, it was stupid killing off Kush. Kush, is that how you say his name?
Yes.
I do think it was stupid, but again, the previous writer, and I'm glad Chris Crenshaw is not doing this, because I feel like the previous writer was playing is it Russian roulette, where he had a gun and he had it like.
Who's dying today, boys? Kush, your time, Kush. Come on, just take the bullet.
Because he obviously, I don't know if he was there, but I'm just gonna assume he was. He killed off Peggy, which fair enough. I agree.
That's the same producer, but
well, I'm just gonna lump him in. Abby Branning, Roxy and Ronnie.
It's definitely not the same one. I will say.
Yeah, but the last two producers.
This was under Kate Oates, I believe. It was under, I think it was Kate Oates and Dominic Treadwell Collins. Let's find the.
But yeah, more like the death should have been less frequent, is what I'm trying to get across, because he was only killed to be a pawn in Grey's like storyline.
Yes,
basically.
Yes.
You could have killed off Shrimpy, like instead.
Well, it's just the thing. What you want to kill off like long-standing characters, but you don't want to. It was not Dominic. I think Dominic Treadwell Collins killed off Peggy.
Which honestly is a great storyline. I recommend people watch it.
Yeah, it was a good storyline.
It makes me sad every time. Just to fucking no, Peggy, you don't take the tablets, please.
Good old Sean O'Connor. Got the Taylors involved. But he wasn't there for too long. People were fucking fuming. Ah. No. Fucking yeah, it was Kate Oates. It was Kate Oates.
Okay. Fuck you, Kate
It
Oates.
was a mixture of Kate Oates and John Sen, I believe. Yeah, there we are. It was Kate Oates and John Sen. That was it. Fucking ludicrously terrible stuff that happened under these two writers or two producers. Nah, fuck that. It was such a bad time for the show, and Kush was just a casualty of a storyline that should have been a harrowing tale of domestic abuse and domestic violence, which got turned into him being a fucking narcissistic serial killer. And it's like, why are you doing this though? Like, why have you hijacked this story for this? Especially coming off of lockdown, which was one of the fucking that was like domestic abuse was at its fucking highest because what a surprise, people can't escape homes anymore, they're locked in. Death rates were fucking sky high in domestic abuse cases, and instead of actually following that up, like genuinely doing a heartbreaking tale of this, just fucking turned to a serial killer.
I think it's just because they didn't know how to write it, I think, personally, or how to develop it. So they were like, okay, there's a gun, there's a knife, there's a frying pan, there's a dishwasher. Dishwasher. Locking it in, boys, dishwasher.
It also just went on so long. Like
it did. It started in 2020.
They thought it was Richard Hillman, and it was like fucking, I don't even know what, another shit serial killer on soap. And it was John Stape. There we are. Corey lovers will know that one. One of the most revered serial killer storylines of all time. One of the most comical. Fuck off.
It went from 2020 to 2022, so 2 years. He didn't get caught, which is fucking mental.
He did get caught.
No, he did get caught in the end. But like, how he didn't get caught in 2021 is beyond the nuts to me. After killing someone.
Yeah, but they ruled it an accident, so I was just complete ass. I mean, same producer got rid of Ian Beale, which is like, lads, how? He's like, how will you get rid of Ian? He's been on there since the beginning. He's been through worse. How are you fucking making him leave? There we are. We spent 12 minutes and we're on the same fucking thing. Good lord. It's going to be a long one, boys. Nah, I hope it's not. please. Fat Boy.
Who is this? Who is this?
I don't think it's by the same. I don't think it's by the same person who's been crying for Fat Boy.
Fucking hunt them down.
But essentially, people went, look, he's been crushed in a car. He's not. There's no chance he's still alive.
Unless you escape the car somehow.
Fans want Fat Boy back so much that I'm sure they would suspend disbelief to see it happen. Stop it. Talking Walford chimed in though, so let's give it some room. We like Talking Walford, friend of the channel. Someone says it would be a fairly easy way to bring back Fat Boy. I think, like you say, we never saw his body. True. Here's an idea. Ronnie's hitmen, tired of her indecision and lack of clarity regarding who to kill. As a result, they didn't take her very seriously. They saw her as a lightweight that they could take for a bit of a ride. Took her cash, followed her initial order of throwing the driver into the back of the car, but fell short of actually getting his body crushed. Instead, they offered Arthur a deal. He could walk 3 if he agreed to give them an alibi in connection to another murder and hand over his clothes and wallet. He also have to stay from Walford to keep up the illusion that he had been killed. Arthur took the deal, having already agreed to leave Alfred Square to protect Dot. Alright, don't hate it. Hitman then threw another fairly similar looking body into the back of the car, dressed it in Arthur's clothes. Why? To help conceal the victim's real identity. They send the car to the crusher with the body facing inwards, making it impossible to identify on appearance alone, but the presence of Arthur's clothes, phone, and necklace and wallet is all Vincent needed to confirm that he'd been killed, only he wasn't. It could then be established. Talking Walford.
Oh.
It could then be established that Arthur reconnected with Dot on Ireland after Kim posted online about Vincent's death. Sonia would have known about this, hence the card Arthur sent to the house on Dot's funeral, and hence her openly displaying it because Arthur is very much alive and well. Sure.
I mean, you know what this reminds me of? This reminds me of me and Slater's friendship. Where I'm like, Monty Brown's the greatest wrestler of all time. Shut up! Shut up! Shut up! Actually, Roderick Strong's the greatest world champion of all time, Piggy. You don't know what you're talking about. Like, I feel like I'm in a conversation with Slater. We love Slater, but it feels
You're
like
wrong.
I'm having that.
Fuck you, sound. Very opinionated.
He was loved by who? Fuck you, you're wrong. I'm just asking a question.
Honestly, I don't hate it. You could do it, but you're bringing back another character from the dead. No one cares that much about Fat Boy. Come on now. I'm not trying to be contrarian
Walford
here, but no one cares that much about Fat. Yeah, you could bring him back, I'm sure, but is he getting the fucking main storylines? No, he's coming back to be a background character. What's the fucking point?
Talking Walford. Sorry, just to end this about Fat Boy. Talking Walford, why did you chime in? You're giving this guy clarity, please. Please.
Yeah, you're giving them something to believe in. Regular EastEnders subreddit commenter Alison E. Historian. I've had conversations with him in the past. Lovely person. Big fan of Grant Mitchell, which I have never been. But hey, we all have to be someone's fan. Just say Pat Butcher. There was no reason for it. Pam said Clement only wanted to take a break. She was devastated that they decided to kill off Pat. Exactly. Like, that's how fucking criminal it was. Oh, well, you're dying, Pat. I just want a break, lad. Yeah, you're dead. Okay, why? Well, sorry. Fuck you. Okay. Alright. We're chilling. Fucking wankers. It's just, yeah. Fucking stop killing off Dot. Obviously, someone says she was one of the best links to the heyday performers in the late 90s to early 2000s. She was old school like Jim and Dot, and the big storylines like Little Mo and Trevor. She was continuity for the series as a whole. I mean, yeah, Pat brought an air of class. Despite the character being trashy as fuck, she still brought an air of class and elegance to it, right? Like, Pat was the fucking beating heart of the square. Anybody who's having some rough times, it's either her or Dot who's fucking shouldering that nudge and going, I'll fucking help you, mate. Like, I've been there. I've had worse. Like, oh, well, you got you. Yeah, we still would have loved to see Pat still be there. Someone says Stephen Beale. That's obviously Ian and Cindy's third kid. He was the problem child of the Beales. He's the reason Jane can't have kids because there was a gunshot and it just fucked her up. Stephen was underrated, I think, because basically Stephen, he was a little fucking mental. He had a lot of issues. But then at some point, he was with Lauren for a while. He faked cancer so she would stay with him. And he got with Abby. And this one, Abby was peak, like, fucking mental as well. So you just have two mental people bouncing off each other, like, in such a twisted way. Just, it's just gold. Just absolute gold. It would have been. They didn't need to kill him though. I will say that much. He just died, like, because I think he just had a brain hemorrhage and he just died. Like as a result of Max just fucking targeting the Beals. But he definitely didn't need to die. Like, why would you kill off another Beale kid? Just don't. It's not like Ian's having any more fucking kids. Like, needs more of them. Someone just says Abby Branning and Stephen Beale. Yeah, fair enough.
Fair enough.
The amount of potential Stephen Beale had with a Cindy return, Cindy could literally be manipulating him to get rid of Dean. A Dean versus Stephen showdown would be great. Love it. Ronnie and Roxy, yeah, don't even really need to say it. We've talked it to death. It would be good, but in about 5-10 years.
I don't care about Roxy and Ronnie, lads. Please,
shut up. You've never watched them, mate.
I don't care. I hear this all the time. Just shut up. It will happen. But the more you try and let it happen, the less likely it's gonna fucking
What do you
happen.
mean? But the more fuss we kick up, Fat Boy will come back.
That's like saying if I fucking pray in the mirror and chant Monty Brown 3 times, do a spin and fart, he'll come back to wrestling. He's not. And no matter how much I praise him, he's not gonna come back. Same with Roxy and Ronnie. No matter if you do a fucking pose like that, like a superstar like that, fucking weeboo shit, they're not gonna be like, oh my god, he's serious. Bring back Roxy and Ronnie. Fat contract. 10 years on the contract. Shut up. They're not coming back yet. Shut up.
Pat, she should have kept coming back every often to sort things about. Yeah. Dennis Rickman Sr. got killed off pretty unceremoniously. Obviously Sharon's like probably first husband, like not first husband, but first like proper love, like soulmates. Obviously he was involved in the Den Return storyline. Oh, it's gold. It's great stuff. It's a shame that he doesn't have the opportunity to come back. I'm sure maybe he doesn't want to. Maybe he didn't. Maybe he went, fuck this, I'm leaving. But it's just killing off so many of these fucking characters. Someone says really enjoyed Michael Moon, Janine's ex-husband that she killed. He was he was a match for Janine in like being like a manipulative fucking piece of shit. And it's fucking hell, how have we done that? So mate, just you wait. There's another Fat Boy. Fat Boy, a nice relief in a nastily depressing soap. EastEnders keeps getting credited for good storylines, yet they're all so depressing I find it unwatchable. Stop watching it. Fat Boy gave people a reason to smile in the midst of the misery. The soap has been in a decline since he left, in my opinion, because the writers are lazy and depend on nasty, triggering topics.
Oh, you're finished. Sorry.
And someone says, what? The soap was pure shit when he was on it. But it's really good at the moment. What are you even on about? Fat Boy isn't the character to come back. That's reserved for Den Watts, etc. Downvoted to oblivion. I just shut the fuck up, you fucking moron.
That was me, guys. That was me.
And then someone goes, the downvote suggests otherwise. Fuck, grow up. You can't appreciate the current EastEnders. You're men to the ill. I'm sorry, lads. It is a bit depressing. It's a bit sad, but it's fucking exciting. Alright, I remember skipping months of EastEnders at a time in like 2019, like, ah, shit and hell, I gotta catch up on this. There's 2 months to fucking catch up. Ah, fuck this. It's in such a good place right now, you morons. Please, just pay attention. Pat Butcher, the best female character the show ever had, killed off because she wanted a break. Steve Owen and Dennis Rickman were easily two of the best characters in soap. Steve returning with Mel and Hunter would have been epic. Although part of me is glad they both died because the writing went downhill in the last decade and they probably would have ruined them both. Mel was fine. Mel wasn't too... I wouldn't have killed off Mel person. I get that she kind of went, fuck this. I've had enough. Is this really all on my back? Am I carrying all this shit? Please, can someone else do something? But it would have been cool to see them come back as a family, I won't lie. But yeah, it's just killing off more characters. Running Roxy dying was pointless and stupid, although they were overused at the time. See, someone has the ability of reflection. Paul Truman, great character and actor. Patrick had all his best scenes with Paul, such a waste to kill him off like that. Yeah, he was just attacked by two like henchmen and just died in like, I think it was like 03 or something. Tiffany Mitchell, such a lovable character, great actress who really deserved a happy ending. Instead, she got killed off. She'd probably be on the show now. Otherwise, such a waste. I mean, to be fair, I don't think she was getting that happy ending because the writers absolutely love to fucking pile on the misery. Oh. Agreed on Pat. Dennis Stein was inevitable and part of his character. The dark, pretty boy, live fast, die young. Sharon needed toughening up. Same with Paul. Steve dying had to happen so Phil could become the boss man he does. That rivalry was incredible and only one could survive. Agree on Ronnie. She deserved a happy ending. She could have gone to Ireland with that cotton fella. It's just love
Don't
it.
send them off to Ireland, please. Leave
Do
them
it.
in England.
Someone says Kevin Wicks.
Who?
He was Dean's stepdad. He was with Shirley for a bit. He was like, you know Park Life?
I've heard of it.
You know, like, basically, the fucking Cockney guy, that's Kevin Wicks. Just any chires? Park Life, oh, the people. Yeah, that's him. That's him.
Oh, the song. I thought it was a TV show you were doing.
No, the song.
Yeah, no, I know the
he's
song.
He's doing the bouncy Cockney voice and that. That's who Kevin Wicks is. He was there for like a year or two. He's not that important.
Like I was like Parklife TV show. There's no TV show called Parklife. Or as Oasis said, it's Shy Life.
So many people. Someone says Lola and seeing Danielle Harold in I'm a Celeb Jungle's making you resent Clenshaw for that. Look, we like Lola now, and we will miss Lola because she was fun, but she was getting shit for years. Like she came back in 2019, had the relationship with Jay, had the breakup with Jay, and I think she got rid of the baby that they were going to have. Had a little bunk up with Peter, back to Jay, split apart around COVID time, and then they got back together and then she died. Like, I love Lola, and I am enjoying Danielle in the jungle. She has been great fun. It's always fun seeing her, like Nigel Farage says something and she's just kind of sat there like, fucking fuck off. It's great. But I don't think it's not Clenshaw's fault because that storyline's bigger than Lola as the character. She did deserve better. I do agree, but that storyline's bigger than she would ever have been.
Yeah, because people have to realise Lola is a secondary character, let's be honest. She's not your Mick Carter, your Dan Watts, your Peggy Mitchells. She's not even your Shrimpies. She's just your Derek Brannings, your Jack Brannings, your secondary characters. I know Ash going to say Jack Branning's the main character. Well, he's a secondary character for half the career. Your Eve, whatever her last name is.
Unwin.
Like, you know what I mean? Huh?
Unwin.
Unwin.
That's a name. I answered the question, mate.
Thank you. And Finney, like she was a secondary character, and there was no doubt about it. It was either she dies or she leaves. Yes. And yes, it would be better if she left, but we have to realise if she left, right? Let's just go with the theory that I pitched, where she leaves, goes to America with her mom and Lexi. Would people in 5 years be like, wow, bring back Lola? Maybe there'll be about 10, 20, 40, 100, maybe 200. But she's not a big character, is the thing. It's what I don't understand. I understand the Roxy and Ronnie bring back them because they're Mitchells. I wouldn't say iconic yet, but they're only iconic because they died. Sorry.
Untrue.
Died.
They were iconic.
Died. I have to say died. Huh?
I'd say they were iconic long before they died.
No, Ash, you're doing it wrong. It's died. They didn't die.
But yeah.
But yeah, she's a secondary character, and she deserved more. But would you really want that book to return?
It's just the writers just never did anything with her. Is the sheer issue. The writers never, beyond the initial Lexi the Lexi legal custody battle, beyond that storyline, they didn't do anything with her for years. And she was just there, and they just never wanted to. They never gave her the time of day, and that's why, as much as it would have been great to see her leave, ultimately we just know that you look at all the time she's on the show, and you can count the amount of big storylines she had on one hand. Like, it just shows that they were never gonna treat the character the way that she would have wanted. She could have been fucking huge, though, is the ridiculous part. But Where are we going here? Just more people. Someone says Heather. Nah. Fuck off.
That, again, my alt account. Sorry.
Someone says in the most contrarian, this is like me in 5 years. Most deaths in soaps were unnecessary and just an attempt to be sensational for the week they happened. Considering how many retcons there have been to undo certain ones, it proves why they should have never been considered in the first place. Pat, Ronnie, Roxy, and Den were the biggest offenders. Yeah, that's me after like 2 bad years of EastEnders. Like, hello, watchers and enjoyers. Fuck. It's miserable. Someone says Jamie Mitchell. Yeah, I love a throwback one. Someone says Ronnie and Roxy seem like the most sensationalist and unnecessary deaths. At least, also the least plausible. Give them a break for a few years. Write them back in. Yeah, that's what you used to do. Not kill them. Like, stop killing people when they just need a break, please. Like, why is fucking Minty still alive out there, but you can't save some of the key fucking members of the show that you'd want for years to come? Like, get rid of the shit ones, not the good ones. That's why Whitney needs to leave. They're not killing her off because they're not fucking thinking about the next year. They're thinking about the next fucking 10. You mad bastards. Someone says, other than them, I wonder how Donna Ludlow, that's Kathy's first kid, I believe. I think it was genuinely a product of rape, and she was like a heroin addict, and it was pretty fucking rough. Where, you know, she became a heroin addict and overdosed. But it was like 89. Someone says Denny and Dennis purely for the heritage link to Den. The one thing that's funny is that apparently the original poster accidentally wrote Peter instead of Stephen. So everybody's like, I didn't realize Peter's dead. It's just funny just to see a bunch of people like, what do you mean Peter's dead? I've been watching the episodes. Oh, God. Someone says Mick, he's not dead. Someone says, as much as I hate that Chantel got killed off, it was a good choice regarding the storyline and more true to real life. Yeah, it was one of those where if it was just that storyline and we slowly saw him unravel over time and he didn't become a serial killer, probably could have been a very good tale of domestic violence, but well, that's not what they did, so. Someone's wishing for Mick Carter. Someone says Bradley. Yeah, Bradley could have been good. I just think, like, the amount of fucking characters who their, like, fucking first son is dead, or their, like, first child is dead, and so now they're just fucking like, oh yeah, Max is still here. Well, 2 of his kids are dead. Ian's still here. 3 of his kids are dead. 3? 2? 2. 2 of his kids are dead. Oh, Sharon.
Lucy.
Kid's dead.
Isn't
Lucy
it Lucy
and Stephen.
I thought there was another one.
Yeah, no, there's not. I messed it up. Yeah, it's just kind of like, just stop killing off the offspring. These are the future people. These are the future characters. They're gonna carry the show in 20 years when they're adults. But instead, they've killed off so many of the young characters that now it's still the old fuckers like, fucking hell, guess I gotta still be here for fucking 10 more years. Whilst I raise my fucking grandchildren because you couldn't keep all these characters alive. You mad bastards.
I know it was live, but how the fuck did they do Bradley's death?
What do you mean?
Because it was live. Like, I know he didn't actually jump off the roof, but like, did he land on cardboard boxes or something?
Yeah, there was some crash, man. You see the fall, and then it cuts to Max, and Max is doing like he's doing that, and then it obviously cuts to Bradley on the floor. Obviously, the stunt double was jumping off the roof, and the actual actor was on the floor with all the blood, and you know.
Oh, right. I just thought they went, Bradley, jump off the roof. Whee!
Yes, so. And finally, someone says, Dennis Rickman, possibly the best character and hard man in the last 20 years. Sharon has never been happier with anyone else. He was multifaceted and different from the Mitchell brothers. And And completely true. Dennis Rickman was a very well nuanced and well written character, and there was a lot of depth there that kind of, a lot of it just kind of went untapped. There's a lot of potential. Someone says Denny Watts, obviously Sharon's like 15-year-old kid. Saying stupid that it's stupid to kill off the grandson of Den Watts and son of Dennis. Legacy character, and he could have been the next thing. Yeah, they just wanted to kill a character off and didn't commit to anyone else. Shouldn't have killed them off, because now you've just spawned Albie to try and fucking add the legacy. Like, what if you just kept Denny? You bad bastards. What if you just kept him? So Ronnie Mitchell. I like the idea of her getting a happy ending, but one with more tragedy in the shape of losing Roxy. The Mitchells need more 40 to 50s, like year-old women. Sam, played by Kim Metcalf, is great, but she alone is carrying that grouping. Yeah, that's the issue. There's a real generational gap with the Mitchells, because you have Billy and Phil, who are fucking ancient. You have Sam, and then you have Amy. That's it. Like, and you have Ben, yeah. So it's like 60s, 60s, 40, 50s,
Lexi.
30. Like, there's a real gap. It's not really, you know. Stephen Beale, wait, he's adopted? The adopted son of Ian shouldn't have been killed off, especially with Lucy dying a couple of years earlier. Stephen was defined by the fact that he wanted to be Ian's son and the loss of his mother, who has been alive all the time. Yeah. Oh, wait, no, I lie. Ian's got another kid. It's Cindy Jr. There we are. She's still around. Abby Branning, she still had mileage in her. She was getting really good when she died. Agreed. And someone says, Angie Watts, last but not least, even if Anita Dobson never returned, having her as an off-screen presence would have been better than nothing. So there we are. That's pretty fucking the definitive list of characters who should have never been killed off. The top 79 EastEnders characters. There we are. Who do you think should never have been killed off? Tell us in the comment section down below. I've been Ash from Watching Walford, been joined by Piggy.
So I will do our socials. I'll do Ash's first. If you want Ash's content, subscribe to him on Twitter. Or not subscribe to him on Twitter, subscribe to him on YouTube at Aquadreams, Twitter /X, at Real Aquadreams, and Twitch at Aquadreams. You want more of wrestling content, subscribe to One More Match 182. You want more of our content, well, you can follow us on Twitter /X, Instagram and Twitch at Watching Walford. You can subscribe to our YouTube channel at Watching Walford. And again, if we get killed off, just remember we will be back in 20 years' time.